Round it up, guys. Welcome
live.
to the Three Marketeers Show. Wow, we're live. Anybody
We're
can
live.
see this and see we're
46.
live. Can you actually, it's 46. The guy is counting the number using his finger again, right? 46. We're actually just talking at the backstage just now, right? We have 6 more episodes to 1 year anniversary. Anyone wants to suggest some celebration ideas with us? I mean, to see whether we can do anything together. But yeah, if this is the first time you see us, welcome to the Three Marketeers Show. We're already at the 46th episode right now. We've been doing this every damn week for the past almost a year now. What we do here is every Wednesday night we go live on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page to actually discuss one topic about digital marketing. And we actually kind of expanded our universe a little bit to not just talk about digital marketing, but a lot more into business, entrepreneurship, and more. That's why we have a very special guest today to talk about a very powerful topic, which is about mompreneur. So let's put our hands together to Michelle Horn. All right,
Hello.
now, welcome to the show, Michelle.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very powerful. I mean, I have to talk this. I have to tell the story a little bit on how I, discovered this gem over there. It actually posted something on my Instagram. You know, I'm a guy who actually don't really know how to use Instagram. I'm not like Manfred now. He's a TikTok guy now. So it's kind of like anyway. So Instagram is where I really go and post what I cook every day, what I eat every day, that kind of thing. And all of a sudden, I saw a lady kind of like, wow, a very shiny profile, kind of came and liked my picture. I was like, oh,
Shiny profile.
This lady looks serious. And I went in and it's like, can you imagine like 70 over 1,000 fans? And I was, wow. And she came and liked, and I was like, okay, who is this? And I instantly said, I want this lady to be on our show. Right. And it's like, I want her to be on our show because the moment we went through all the, the profile that she has and all these things, right? She is really powerful. She is actually a mom of how many? 3.
3, yeah.
A mom of 3, right? And she actually built her 6-figure business from home as a mom. So today we really want to anchor the whole story together to actually give a lot of inspiration to those mompreneurs out there. You guys are awesome, Michelle, right? So we want to help more people to start something from home. That's why we bring Michelle here. So guys, we have, by the way, before I actually go further and bring Michelle into the whole thing, I want to give a quick shout out to Manfred. If this is the first time I meet him, the guy who is always in yellow, that's our co-host from Singapore. Manfred specializes in Facebook advertising and TikTok now. I don't know. I gotta label that thing already. I tell you, yes. Manfred, you can't run away
TikTok Manfred.
TikTok Manfred, and then you gotta really start a channel on your own. I think you have to do something because we already keep branding you like that, right? Gone, I tell you. And then we have Andrew. Andrew is the guy that you want to talk to if you want to start making serious money about, from via email marketing. So that's the guy, Andrew, my partner from Malaysia. And I'm Jason. If you don't know me, donate. It's no matter. So anyway, we're just gonna roll in. yeah. So we have
it's his show anyway. So yeah, if you don't
it's
know
my
him,
show
it's
anyway.
fine.
If you still don't know me, what the heck are you doing here, right? Anyway, so yeah, just kidding. And yeah, before we roll into the questions, I just want to quickly bring out some of the comments. Hi, Intan.
Hey,
hello, Intan. Intan is a good friend, and we have Chiwai. Chiwai very excited. Chiwai, but today you lose to Intan. You don't have the trophy today. Chiwai is always the first person who comment.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Never fail, right?
Twice in the world.
Yes, gotta give him a trophy when I see him, right? So yeah, and yes, he realized that he lost the Intan anyway. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. So guys, whenever you're actually tuning in you can post your questions in the comment section. Although you know that we have some questions lining up for Michelle, but nonetheless, if you have anything that you really feel that you want to get some answers or you want to get some insights from Michelle, feel free to pop in the comment section, right? So whether you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook group, that's like my Facebook page, have us share this to anyone who might need this information today. Today, we're going to talk about how to build 6-figure business from home. But before we want to go into the hardcore number, how to make business, make money kind of thing, right? I want to really learn the story of how and why Michelle started this. It's a very crazy name, Mom Boss Academy. Sounds so powerful, right? Mom Boss, awesome. So please share with us the story.
All right. Okay. It's like, wow, Mom Boss Academy, right? But really, it has born out of desperation. So how I really started my business is that when my firstborn was born, this is like back in 2012, 2013, I had to give up my F&B business. I used to own a soup and salad bar, a few outlets around Singapore. I was happy running that, but as soon as the baby arrived, I'm from Malaysia, so we don't have family support. So I could either hire a helper and just go out and work, 13 hours a day in the F&B business.
F&B in Singapore is very xiong.
Yeah,
is it right? Like,
oh
the
my
turnover of staff is just crazy, I mean, pre-kids is fine. Like, oh, we're short on staff. I'm happy to be there. I'm one of those people who just love being out, seeing people and all that. But, baby arrived, priority shifted. So decided to just close down the business. As when the lease are coming out, I slowly let go another, and I thought, okay, I can be stay-at-home mom. Okay, easy, can, tai or whatever, right? 6 months into the gig, I'm like, I'm so bored. I need some sort of like things to look forward to besides just goo gaga with this newborn, right? And I know that I could not go back to work. And that's not what I want, because then I'll still be leaving my baby at home in the care of someone else, or, in the childcare center, or I just be stay-at-home mom. And at this point, the only thing that I could see other people was doing back then, 2012, 2013, people were still reading blogs, and mommy blogs was like, all the rich people are still reading blogs. I'm like, okay, I'm going to start a blog. And then when I announced that to my husband, he actually laughed at me, because it's like, you start a blog. And if, by now you probably hear that at some point I would have butchered my grammar. Like, I'm not a writer. I'm not good at writing. And my English isn't that tip-top anyway. And so I'm like, nope, I'm going to give this a try. And once I put my mind into something, of course, then I went on a lot of courses to learn, and upskill myself. And I realized that, long story short, I turned the blog into a consultancy business, because I've always been writing about pregnancy and early motherhood, because that was what I was going through. And I took this business course, and it says you need to productize your knowledge. So I basically turned myself into a consultant, a baby planner. And because of the blog, and then, Instagram come around, Facebook page at that point, then I start to have followers that way. And then people are seeing like how I progress from this mom and starting business. And they're like, so how do you do it, Michelle? So then I started, just really DM one by one, really spend a lot of time teaching them. And after a few years of people asking you, I'm like, okay, right. I think I can start at least consulting one-on-one. So I formally started consulting one-on-one, teaching moms on how to build business or where to market the business. A lot of people, starting business is easy, right? All you guys should know that it's easy, but how do you keep it going and marketing? And I suppose being a blogger and, on Instagram and going on Instagram is, I have kind of learned the internet side of marketing. Like, I have no idea what digital marketing was when I first started. But after a while, when you want to actually grow your business and apply these things, then you start to learn things here and there. And so formally, I registered Mom Boss Academy in 2019. And we launched our Mom Boss Go program, where we take you from zero idea to launching your business in 90 days. That year, and then last year, COVID happened, right? Mm-hmm. And so everyone is like, hey, now work from home, where it used to be, wow, not a lot of people were doing that. I was doing it for the past 8 years, all right? And then, so then it becomes a normal thing, and more people are more open to being coached over Zoom and being online and group coaching and all that kind of thing. That sort of like really made it still taking off. Like, I wouldn't say it took off. It's still taking off. And nowadays we have, more than over 100 students and active members now.
Congratulations. It's a very meaningful startup, I must say. And seriously, because helping mom to start something from home is really something I truly believe it's a very noble thing. You're actually empowering. That's why we believe this is really something that a lot of people, and truly we love your journey, right? So put it anyway. Anyone who is actually kind of like, if you're a stay-at-home mom or you're actually contemplating that you want to spend more time with your baby, we truly believe that you can actually, follow Michelle's journey and see if there's anything that you can pick up from her knowledge and wisdom and her experience to see how you can actually start something. And, she mentioned Mom Boss Academy is really a place that help mom transform into a mom boss. Sounds cool, right?
Oh wow,
That's
I
like-
love that. I love that tagline. Help mom transform.
Right, help moms transform into mom boss. Wow, okay, can use that one. Passed. Anyway, talking about from your sharing just now, I believe it's not easy anyway. If you're talking about being a mom of 3 and you're juggling between kids and your career, so which will lead us to the next question over here.
Yeah.
Being a mompreneur or mom boss, what are the potential challenges that you are facing, and how do you actually tackle them?
Yeah, and I think you asking this question is probably because you would think that it's very hard to balance kids and a business, right? Which
I imagine that.
It is, right? Even if dads nowadays are more aware of the difficulty because you are doing it at home as well, and
Yeah, home already anyway.
knocking,
Yeah. Now the guy at the left, they feel all the thing, especially Andrew.
Yes.
Right,
I can
especially
officially start my work in the
they love
afternoon.
to crash our life or coaching and all that. They love to come in crawling all over me and all that. And I think because of that, I think people are more forgiving and okay about it now, right? Because everyone is going through the same thing. Whereas when, pre-COVID, I actually had a physical office and I had to do my consultation there just to be seen as more proper lah. That's the proper way to do it lah, right? But since then, now everyone just prefer, let's just Zoom. There's no traveling time and things like that. But of course, as a mom, I wouldn't say just challenges of a mompreneur. As a mom trying to balance kids and family, there's always that balance, right? Where do you put the most of your time, right? And I salute moms who are working outside of home, who hold a full-time, 9 to 5 job, quickly drop their kids off somewhere, work a whole day and then rush off, pick them from childcare and then come home. I think that in itself is a challenge. Any women wanting to have family and a career, there is some sort of challenge. And for me, it's I see that challenge as being a mompreneur. It actually makes it easier on me because I have the control of my time, right? So my work day in general is I try to work just half a day. Now that they're in school, it's a lot easier lah. When they're in school, I try to finish up all the deep thinking, copywriting sort of work. And then when they're home, I could be there, to have lunch with them. And if I'm doing some work, it's okay. They can come disturb me or I can sit with them, do their homework whatsoever. And so that is really the why of why I started this business. So I'm very, aware that this is what I've taken on. This is what I wanted to have a career that started from home and gives me that flexibility on maybe just one day. Sometimes I don't feel like working on a certain day. I have that say instead of having to, apply from leave from my boss or whatsoever. So to me, it's actually, it's a general problem for moms and as a mompreneur, I think we actually have it easier.
Nice. In a way, it actually is about the control of time, and of course we also understand that running a business is also the other side of the world where yes, you have the freedom, but of course you have different kind of challenges.
Yeah.
Which I would strongly recommend. Back then I was a guy who always so damn gung ho whenever somebody among my friends wants to start a business, and now I'll be like, wait, you got to make sure that you're ready, right? It's not for everyone, especially it's not for everyone. But if you are serious, I think it's a meaningful decision to make, because of course there are steps to take and all that, right? But of course, everyone who have gone through that would know that it's not easy. But let's bring back to the mom angle over here. If you're a mom, you want to turn into a mom boss, right? So which will lead us to the next question over here, which I want to quickly pick your mind, Michelle. if somebody really want to start something from home,
Mm.
if I believe that this is really something that I want, and let's do something, and what should I do? What are the businesses? What are the angles that I should be looking at? How do I
Yeah,
start?
so this is the question, right? This is like the $1 million question. I have a lot of same question for my student or student who are about to join Mom Boss Gold. That's the program. And what I usually tell them is, do you pick money, right? Do you pick money? It's something that, you see Ryan's Toy Review having so many millions follower and have like hundreds of thousands of millions per month, right? He's making. Do you go for that, or do you go for something that gives you a sense of purpose, right? Passion or money? I would always say that it's hard to choose, but I would say that passion or something that gives you a sense of purpose will always win over money, because at the end of the day, like, having a job itself, right? Not even starting business, you get money. You could very well stay in your job if it gives you that drive, it gives you that you feel like you're doing something out there in the world. And so a lot of people, when they start a business, is something that you can do from home these days is very easy, either e-commerce business. I would prefer something that is smaller in size, just so that you don't have to bear the cost of shipping, right? And then it doesn't take up too much of your space. Okay, if you want to go into product business, e-commerce, service business as well, something that you can do for people or done for you sort of product. Or what I love that I'm in the space of is obviously education business, the knowledge business, right? Like what you're telling me, I'm not sure if I should reveal that, you're going like software business. If you can build that, that's great.
No, you can tell, it's okay.
Well, actually, my husband is built in the SaaS business, right? So that's something, but SaaS usually takes a lot of money, a lot of startup seeding investment and things like that. And I feel like for us, for moms, we usually probably just want a lifestyle business. We don't want that burden of having to answer to investors. Then essentially you still need to, it's that's just my point of view. I think majority of us would just want our business to be maybe just, it'd be nice to have a 5-figure per month, right? And still give you that flexibility of, I just work half a day. That I don't need to work until so late. I don't need to manage a team of 50 people. And it's just nice, lifestyle business for now. But until you are ready, perhaps your kids are a bit older and you want to scale it up, then that's a different sort of stage of business. Currently, my kids are 5, 7, and 9. So that's kind of I still kind of have to be there, but they're still kind of independent and can play on their own, right? So I don't need to still breastfeeding in between, doing work.
Oh yeah, that's challenging.
Yes, when I used to do when they were babies, I'll be propping them up, and I'm sorry I'm sharing this with you guys, right?
It's okay, we have ladies there, infants there.
Ladies, right? I would just prop them up in that, that pillow, breastfeed, and I'll just be doing work. Since you're gotta wait for hours anyway.
Productive, right? It's just
I know when my wife had the 2 kids, I actually took 1 full month off just to be with her. And the idea is, I think that is basically a form of support. So you get involved in the whole process, bathing the kids, okay. Only thing I don't do is to change the diapers.
Why?
Everything else I participate, I prepare the food and all those stuff, that's fine. But not changing the diapers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's personal preference.
Yes.
Sorry?
That's his boundary. Diaper, no. Everything else I'll do.
No problem. Yep.
Waking up.
Yeah, he
How
who
about the
cooks
night
don't,
duty?
he who cooks don't do the diapers.
Yeah.
Wait. What were you guys saying? It's kind of
saying that he who cooks who don't touch the diapers.
Ah.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
Okay lah. That's kind of however you want to plan it, right? But that's cool. But Andrew, I want to bring this up. Check that out.
Oh man.
And that's Chiwai's opinion. He said diapers must do. Wow, Chiwai good.
That one I cannot.
Chiwai does everything.
I don't know. I think I'm this mother's bias. Even my baby's poop, I don't think it's that smelly.
I don't know. No experience whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's just a stage. It's just a stage. You pass over.
Yeah, then the stage you miss it, you don't get it anymore, right? When they grow
Exactly,
older, then
yeah.
you don't, they won't want you anything of that anymore. But you are saying good family planning all 2 years apart. I don't know. That
Yes,
sounds good,
yes,
right?
yes, yes. It was. It's also
Awesome.
because not getting any younger. Let's pop them all out.
Yeah.
I like that. Let's pop them all out.
Get done with.
And Adrian was saying, Andrew, try again and do diapers this time.
You crazy.
Bet whether he wants to try again, right?
Yeah. Those days when you're younger, you have a bit more stamina, and then you can wake up in the middle of the night. Make sure you feed them, and all
Now
those
you
things.
stay awake through the night, lah. Can what?
Now
you
stay awake through the night
anyway.
also.
Yeah.
But just to
energy.
add from a guy's perspective, for the past 30 years when I was working, I was always the first one out of the house. And normally it's like past 9-10 o'clock, I'm back home. And the last 1.5 years when it's MCO, I actually stayed at home, and I really feel for the moms who is at home and working. I actually can feel the challenges they face. You can balance and all those things. Now the kind of reverse is, my wife goes out to work. She had a job, and she goes to work now, and I'm full time at home. So the kids fight, not preparing the food. Good thing I've got my mom and mother-in-law do the cooking stuff and all those things. But everything else, from the schooling and all those things, I get involved.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's not easy.
Yeah.
That's good experience. Now you know, right? Now you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's karma, for staying out of the house for past 30 years. It's so bad that the moment one day, if I come back at 5 p.m. in the evening, right, my mom will be very, 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 very concerned. She'll sit down and say, what happened? Did the boss fire you or something? But if I come at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's perfectly okay.
Oh.
Yes.
That
was my working life.
Reminds me of Japanese working culture.
Wow.
You guys really go back 3 a.m. in the morning with siao.
Yeah.
My boss don't go back. Sleep.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that, right? Sleep in the office, crazy. I don't know about Japanese one. Seriously.
So full respect for the moms. I have full respect for the moms now.
Right. Now, I mean,
experiencing it as well.
Yeah,
and going through it, right? And I think it's not easy for every parent at different stage of our kids' life. There's different things that we have to learn to parent them differently. Yeah.
I believe so, because they're no longer poop, right? So you have to find another way to actually kind of like whatever problem that they're facing, kind of like, they don't need you to change diaper,
Yeah.
I actually think that it's harder as a parent as they grow. Because when they're young, you technically just have to keep them alive.
That's right.
Make
sure they sleep, make sure they're well fed, and
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you have to worry about, maybe like, what they watch, what sort of things they consume, what sort of game they play, who they hang out with, and all that sort of thing. So, yeah.
Now we have a question from Chiwai. This is really a Chiwai shouting there. Now you say like he could barely survive with one. How do you survive with three, right?
So the question I get for this is like, have more, so that then they can entertain one another, right? Because I find that a lot of parents who have one kid, they're usually very involved with the kids, because the kids has no more other people to talk to or whatever, so they're very tight. They're like sit with them to do their homework and stuff. So I've always been quite hands off, like, there, go play with your kids. Like, play with your brother, play with your sister, and you fight, you settle it on your own, right? What am I gonna do? I was just say like, stop it, handle it by yourself. I won't like play the judge or whatsoever. So yeah, so I think like sometimes it's just more, the more you have, the less precious a kid is. I'm sorry.
I like that. Chiwai makes more.
Yeah, the first one, right, when she cries or like she wakes up, be like, oh, so jumpy, is she okay, right? But the second, third one is like, oh, fall down.
I like that. I like that. So Chiwai,
okay.
So yeah, I mean, just go make more, do whatever. So just have fun.
Then you can join the Mom Boss Academy.
Yeah. And we probably can start some dad boss kind of thing, right?
I find a lot of women entrepreneurs, the friends that I know who have very successful business, they have between 3 to 4 kids. Almost all of them.
I like that.
I know.
So kind of like the trait of a successful mom boss. You gotta have 3 to 4.
Yeah.
What?
It helps with multitasking, and if you have 3 or 4 kids, means you can manage a team.
That is true. That is true.
You are a good leader or a good manager. You can definitely manage a team.
That is true.
That's a good way to put it. So guys, want to be successful? No, I mean ladies as well. Make more babies.
Yes.
It's kind of like the conclusion that we get from this question, right? Anyway,
and you have this pressure to like pay for their education fund, so you have no choice but to make money.
I like that. That also makes sense.
Yeah.
Totally. But we have Intan asking from another angle, right? Like for example, like if you are stressful at work, and the kids needs you, how do you handle?
That's a good
how about
question.
the opposite?
That's a
That
good
is
one. That's
a
a good
very good question, Intan, and of course it happens a lot, right? Work can get stressful. Kids would help me. So usually, I would work can wait, right? I mean, work that's never truly urgent. Just let's put it at that. I would actually just attend to my kid. They usually probably just need me emotionally, like I would say by now, okay? It's not like, it's life and death or anything like that. It's usually emotionally, sit with them, what is it, talk it through. They need me, let's say, do homework, okay lah, and then, I would actually just, probably half an hour, 1 hour, and then just go on with my work if I have to right after, they're settled and all that. So if it's the reverse, it's the same. I mean, I believe work can always wait, right? Work can always wait, but then being available to your children and to form that connection, we need to start young, right? We can't be like, oh, right now it's like, go away. And then like suddenly teenage year, we're like, I want to hear everything. We just lost that connection with them. So being available for your children first, and because of them, and that's why I started this business. So if I were to just focus on work and not them, then that's just really, I'm not staying true to myself as to why I wanted this business.
Wow, I like that. That's inspiring. That's really like putting the right focus at the right thing. You're always like that kind of awareness, respect. That's a good one. Hope we answered your question. Thanks, Intan. And wow, I think that gives us a lot of respect. So we have quite a number of conclusions over here, but the most remarkable one is really you're gonna make more money. Make more baby to make more money. I don't know. That sounds right. So yeah,
maybe it's wealth.
No choice but to make money.
Yeah. So we want to anchor back to what we're actually discussing, which is the business perspective of it right now, because we realized I actually did a quick research on Michelle, and I realized that Michelle is really big on Instagram. Equally big on Facebook, but I think she spends a lot more effort on Instagram. And I just want to really bring out and pick your mind on this thing. Like, there are so many social networks out there. And like Andrew is going very strong on LinkedIn right now, and Manfred TikTok, for what, TikTok guy. So I spend more time on YouTube, So that's kind of like, we want to actually learn from you, like why, what is your preference as in terms of social network, and what are the reasons why you picked them?
I think the why I started, building my Instagram, this is back in I think 2014 at that time, where people start to post more and become a social media instead of just a photo sharing app, right? Is that I think a lot of women is on there. First of all, my target market are on there. So that's one of the reasons, right? I'm still on there, and I think it suits me because I think I take pretty good photos, but I don't even go DSLR. I just use everything on my phone. Just drop a short caption. It's kind of like blogging, but most of our audience back in those days who read blogs are no longer reading blogs, right? Especially for moms, my target audience, they don't have time to read long blogs. So Instagram is like a short, easy kind of way to do a short form blog. And also because maybe I've already spent so many years on there, it's just easier for me I've learned so much, and it's just easier for me to continue growing there. I have Facebook groups, and I think with every social media is there's just so many. Just pick one that you think your target audience is on, and one that you're comfortable with. right? If you're comfortable with just writing and not, coming on live or taking photos, then perhaps just writing. I mean, blog, even though you say, oh, nobody really reads blog, but if that's what you're good at, then just stay there, right? It's better for me. I think it's better to really stay focused in one rather than trying to be everywhere and like master of none.
Well, I like that.
Makes sense.
Because for some reason, right, especially when you're starting out, because I personally experienced that many, many years ago, I would always have this feeling that I want to conquer everything. I got to be everywhere. But at the end of the day, you're just going to like crack yourself and all that. But I think that's a very smart.
Though, to have a profile everywhere, but you just don't like. Just make sure that your bio is consistent across all the different social media that you're on. Your people know that they can find you somewhere, that you're not just on one, right? At least pack your name lah. No one else uses your name in somewhere else, right? And then have a consistent branding. Your bio is consistent. Then that's good enough. And just pick one that you enjoy being in, because at the end of the day, you need to enjoy what you do. And if you don't enjoy it, then it's just hard to grow.
Yeah,
There's
true.
Yeah,
that's very true. Yeah, I mean, now I have actually a moment of hesitation because we have some questions over there anchoring towards me, which anyway, I'm just gonna bring them up. Like Chihuahua is asking, what the hell? Like,
Oh.
Wow. And we have Kevin, also saying, wow.
Yeah.
I ignore you guys.
There you go.
I ignore you guys. So I have already popped your comment up and I ignore you guys. Take that, guys.
We respect personal choices, of course.
Yeah. Love that.
But Jason, do consider.
But do think about it though.
Basketball team. Basketball team.
Basket you, I tell you, basketball team.
Hey, you're a coach, ma. But it's best, fellow.
I'm a coach, but not a basketball coach. Look at my height.
I know, right? Like when they're older, I'm already planning. Like when they're older, one can manage my social media, one can do this for me, one can do that.
It's like that's not bad. Already kind of like building your family business moving forward.
Yeah, you can help me with that. Because she's like, mommy, what can I do? I want to can I do chores to earn some pocket money? I'm like, no, I'm already paying. Well, I'm lucky that I have a helper at home. I'm like, I'm already paying someone to do that. I don't need you to do that, right? Why don't you think about, what you can do for me in my business, and start them in the entrepreneurship as well, right? Which they have started during COVID last year. She started a slime business. Those kids like playing slime. So they started one Instagram account, a slime account, and they made $500 in the first month.
Oh,
that's not bad. That's not bad.
Of course, I have to help them.
Kid Boss Academy.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds like what mom boss can turn into a lot of kid into kid bosses, right?
Yeah, I have her. I won't do.
I think can.
So Michelle, you started your succession planning early.
Of course. I'm a planner.
Yeah. So when that's teenagers say, okay, here's the business. Daddy and mommy, we're going to go around the world and tour, and then you guys got to figure out how to run this.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
That's planning. And Adrian was saying, when they're older, they're too busy with their own poses, right?
Exactly, they are, but at least make some money lah.
That's true. Yeah. Start young. I think that's a very good one.
If I think with social media, I'm not really like stopping them. I mean, they don't have the social media yet, but I'm just saying that when they're old enough to have it, it's okay for them to start building things and learning about how social media works, how it could turn into a business, how you can, write a caption that attracts people attention, stop people from scrolling. Those kind of things is communications, right? It's the new age communications.
Very important soft skills moving forward.
Yeah, we can't skill them from, no screen time or no this, no that. I feel like just get them started.
Yeah, I mean that will bring us a sidetrack question. I suddenly popped this out, something that popped up in my mind. I have some friends who actually created a social media account for their children.
Oh, yeah.
Like, let's say, for example, using their name and all that, created a social media, and it's a mom who is posting it. What do you think about this?
I think one, each to their own. If they want to do it, it's okay. I see, I have a lot of friends who have started it for the kids. They just want to I want to park the name there, choke the name there first, and they've started for the kids and things like that. I think it's fine. I have my kids' photos in my account, and I am quite aware about. I make sure that whatever I say about them will not come back to haunt them. Because everything you post, even if you delete later, right, people may have traces of it somehow. So I make sure that it's all good things. It may be some cheeky little things that is not really something about their behavior that may jeopardize their career in the future. That is just harmless thing that I
no bathing pictures. No bathing pictures. That's very important.
Yeah, that's right. No bathing or nothing that is more emotionally private kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Even though people seems oh wow, I have a lot of mommy entrepreneur especially, right? I want to post about myself more for personal branding, but I'm very private person, that's that question that tend to pop up. I'm a very private person. I don't want to share about my family. These days people don't just buy a product for a product, right? People want to know who is behind the business. And the more you share, the more like and trust factor that you can build, and even though it seems like I'm sharing everything, but there's actually a lot of things that I don't share. You can pick and choose what you want to share at the end of the day. So I think it's better for us to control the narrative than to let other people think whatever they want to think. Right?
That's true. That's true. Manfred, you want to say something? Yes.
Even big CEO from big companies nowadays have to step forward and actually talk more instead of doing all the quarterly revenues reports. So big and small companies are doing the same.
True. That's very true. And we have Adrian saying that I got to keep up with the lingo, right? Yeah, true. That's very true. Learn new lingo from the kids.
I have to learn from my kids.
Yeah. So I don't have the problem yet. No. So then we have Intan here, Intan was saying about celebrities promoting their children for Iklan advertisement. So it works, maybe. I agree. Yeah, actually, I'm just kind of seeing. The reason why I popped the question is because just thinking out loud, right? Like when they are grown, when they're 10, 12-year-old, what if they don't want the account when you hand it over to them? And they'll be like, okay. But anyway, I think that's not a big problem. You can just delete it. And then
10, 20 years down the road, maybe don't have Facebook.
Don't have Facebook and Instagram anymore, right?
Probably something else. Yeah.
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah. So that's a good one. Thanks, Michelle. I think basically what we learned from this one is really something I would totally agree as well, which is you don't need to be, focusing on everyone. You want to be everywhere, as in you actually secure the usernames and everything, build a profile, but you focus on one that makes you really comfortable, and you build from there. That's really you have to do that, because we won't be able to just be everywhere. Okay, so then we want to anchor back to the question that we have prepared for the show today, right? Which is a very important question, which is we've been talking about mom boss, right? Turning moms into mom bosses and all that. So how? So that will bring us to the next question. Is when you are trying to build a business from home, would you be able to share with us some, 1, 2, 3? What are the first thing to start?
Yeah.
And the next thing to follow, and the third thing to follow. What are the important things?
Yeah. So very often when people start a business, they either start with, I have no idea, or I have too many ideas. So actually we have, I have a program on this, so I can share with you the different step of modules that we do. So first module is all about discovering your wonders. What are you naturally good at? And then that will come up with, multiple ideas. A lot of the time people think that they must have that one good idea, right? So I think that no, come up with a whole ton of ideas, and then we kind of we map it and see which one gives us the best return with the least effort, right? And then from there, then we learn to validate our ideas, finding our target audience. And once we have our target audience, we find out more about them, find out more about what this business that we're going into. Then we get to know our target audience, right? Because essentially a lot of people, what they do is they go and search for some product, right? Or this is selling very well, go and search for some product, and then they start with inventory, and then they start thinking about who can I sell it to? They start looking for market. So instead, why don't we just take an idea, do a lot of the front load work first instead of going straight jump into building a website and like, oh my God, who am I selling to, right? So start with idea, find your market, know your market, and then generate traffic, test it out. These days you can really do it really cheaply on either just social media account or just a landing page, right? Get the first group of people to purchase it. And then we work on the pricing, positioning, packaging, and then we launch. Have planned for a big launch, and that's really it. So from zero idea to launch, and then of course later on, then you need to like consistently knowing what your customer wants, or like either build on your product range, or just run consistent promo or find more distribution channel, and that's just later, right? So just really about 5 steps to zero idea or too many ideas to narrow it down to one. And then you might very well sometimes get to know your customers, and you realize that this group of customer isn't really the people I want to work with. No problem. You haven't built any website. You haven't invested a lot of money in inventory. Go back to your 20 ideas and find another one and start again. So so that's basically the steps.
I would resonate totally. Yeah, Manfred.
So the most important part is actually the product market fit lah. If there's no
Absolutely.
product market fit, because the last thing you want, you have a product, then you're begging people, please come and buy from me, please come and buy from me. That's the last thing you really want to do.
Yeah,
That's a very dangerous thing. I actually made a mistake. It's a very, very, very costly one. Yeah, I built a business, raised some money some more, build it, and it turns out to be something that, it's not really something in demand. So I totally resonate with that advice. You don't want to start building without understanding. So in fact, a lot of people is like that. Somehow or other, I always like to say that a lot of people, when they want to start a business, they fall in love with the idea.
I've been there.
I've
been there with my F&B business, so I burn. Like sometimes you need to go through this kind of thing to learn from experience, get burned, and then now you know the correct steps, right? Yeah.
So you don't want...
Don't give up also lah. Don't give up.
I mean, of course, but you don't want to start out the wrong footing. I think that's the very challenging thing, because eventually you have nothing to fall back on. If you have built the business, built the website, then it's burned.
But just add one more thing. I've seen before people who do the whole thing, everything is correct, but the timing is totally off. Okay? If you do it 2-3 years down the road, things will be much better. But
the idea is too early, you mean?
Too early. The market is not ready to accept the thing. Say example, sharing economy. If you do it early 2010, you think people want to share? People take umbrella, just run away already.
True. I actually been through both of the situation, being in the market too late or being in the market too early. So the costly one was being in the market too late. My experience was I actually built something on the Facebook web's version platform, and Facebook declared they go mobile, and they kaput my business just like that. Poof. Hundreds of thousands went down the drain just like that. And that's the best part of it. But seriously, I think I love the idea. And Michelle puts it so nice in a framework way, which I totally respect. So let me resonate. I think the first thing first is really you have to clear your mind. And I truly believe Michelle has a program or her framework to help you find that one. And I like her approach. It's passion over money first. Because if you're only looking for money, you can actually might as well work, right? But if you're starting a mom boss of a business from home, right? You want to do something that you can actually carry forward for long term. You don't want to do something that you don't enjoy. I think that's the very important thing. Yeah. And then yes, in fact, I would say a lot of times at the moment you don't even need to build a website. If you have the idea, right? Just go out and shout that, hey Manfred. I mean, just go and shout to your friend and say you want to start something like that, right? Oh, sudden Manfred's name pop up for no reason anyway. It's just like, So if it works, then it works, right? If it doesn't, then
Start a Facebook page,
Start a Facebook page, you can start selling.
Start Instagram, start.
And a lot of people are very precious about their idea. They don't want to tell people.
Yes.
Why people copy it? They think their idea is very precious, but it's not, right? Precious.
Never.
Right? So share it, and take your people's feedback, right?
if
100%.
some people copy you, means people validate you,
True that.
Then again, there's no idea
imitation-
that's original anyway.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
My MD always had to say, imitation is the best form of compliment. You're good, people want to copy you.
Okay, I agree. I agree.
Seriously.
I just thought of a new definition. Okay, probably it's somewhere up there, I'm sure, of entrepreneurship is how to monetize your passion.
Yeah.
Well, that's deep. How to
Then
monetize.
you discover your passion,
Sorry?
discover your purpose, right? So
Well,
you just
yeah.
really
If you're
like
making
dig
a couple of
deep.
$1 million, automatically that would be your purpose anyway.
That is true because
Most
like a
days
lot
going to come and say, yeah, I've just made a couple of $1 billion and realize that this is not my purpose.
God.
then you can
some
sell
people,
it, right? Then you
Yeah,
can
you
just
sell
like
it.
exit the business and then go find your passion, whatever it is.
Correct.
Go lie on the beach, that's a passion. If you have $1 million, right?
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah, I mean, but the thing here is a lot of people don't even kind of like truly understand their passion. I think that's another problem to have.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think like I maybe don't use the word passion, more like purpose.
Yes,
Because
I think
purpose is
that's
something that you can build on. Passion sounds like it's something that, just come out of the blue, is in your heart, that somehow you need to just pops up and have it or you don't, right? I think purpose sometimes is something that I didn't know I have a purpose for Mom Boss Academy until I started it. Until people ask me, so why do you do what you do? And then I realized, hey, that was my story. I was once there having to choose either my kids or my career. And Mom Boss Academy is able to give moms the third option of not having to choose, of having the best of both. So it sometimes doesn't come to you immediately, but after you've done it, after you start talking about it and you're like, yeah, that could be it, right? And the more you talk about it, the more it becomes like real for you.
Passion
I
gets
just
you
want to-
started. Purpose
Sorry?
gets you going.
passion gets it started, purpose keeps it going. And Manfred, you want to say something?
I want to add something more better. I think, Michelle, after talking to you for some time, I think
Yeah.
it's more than passion. It's passion plus capability plus market. Yeah, you see, you have all three. Or
Oh, thank
maybe,
you.
yeah. So basically, it's a bit, I copied the idea from the Japanese ikaga.
Ikigai.
Ikigai, yes, right. Ikigai,
Yeah.
all everything intersect. So that's why you're in a sweet spot. You're more comfortable because you have all this, all aligned, all the stars are aligned. So everything
Well,
is
I mean, like, you can make it align, right?
Yeah,
Like,
to make it aligned,
But-
you can find
Very
all
well
the
academy.
ingredients.
yeah.
I just want to punch in further on this one because to be very frank, right, I've met so many people that do not have really like very clear purpose of life. Because I was watching the movie Soul, it's a brilliant movie. Please watch it.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, it's a brilliant movie. It's about helping a soul that is purposeless to find a soul. Bloody hell,
Purpose.
crazy thing.
Oh, that's
It's like so deep. Hey, bloody cartoon now. Why you guys make it so deep for cartoon nowadays?
It's
I don't know.
Pixar, of course, it's very
I know,
deep.
right? Damn deep. So, but the thing here is this, what I realized is, somehow it's not a fault if you don't really know what you really want or what you are meant for. But I think, like, to connect with what Manfred was saying just now, let's marry your capability versus your why.
Yeah, why?
Your why. I mean, like, if your why, as for Mom Boss, right? If your why is you want to spend more time with your children while doing what you're good at, I think that's a very strong why. So you have to believe in that why, take your step, of course, join the Mom Boss Academy, and basically to actually build things from that. Because in fact, somehow or other, I truly believe that in whatever thing that we do, right, we cannot be 100% loving what we do. You know, for what I do, to be very frank, at least 50% of the work that I don't like, especially those admin shit, right? Kill me for that. But nonetheless, it's part and parcel. Every life it's a balance, right? But I think the why and the so-called the capability, because what you are really good at, after you've been living for so long, you must have something. It cannot be nothing. So what you do good, what you do well.
You could also build on your capability, right?
Yes.
I could not speak like this when I first started, but you keep going. You need to have that trust in yourself. So listening to more live like this gives you ideas, seeing how people are doing it. That would definitely help. Like, you know how they say, you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang out with. But if you're around your environment, you don't have entrepreneur friends, what can you do? You know, watch these kind of live. So you get ideas and see how people make things happen. And once you have that belief, that know that, hey, I see people do it, because if you have not seen it, it's very hard to imagine that it's possible. But if you have seen it, then whatever incapability that you may have, like when I first started, then you just search for that knowledge, right? Knowledge is out there. It's so easy these days. Just a Google computer, you can start a business.
I can truly resonate because, like, damn, you know, a year ago, I couldn't go live like this. Just exactly 1 year ago, the first time I went live, I was remembering, I mean, the other day I was just talking to my team member. I was like, so nervous. But now, go live lah. It's kind of the thing that you can build along the way. I think
breathing already for you.
Everybody starts from somewhere.
It's just like breathing for you already now.
It's getting ready. You know.
Go. But I think
just wake up from sleep and I go live.
Tracing back to Michelle's journey, one takeaway that I get is it's very important to actually start. And if you don't start, you don't know what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
And that comes with
that's my line. Actually.
Yeah, that's just to borrow Manfred's line. Credit to you. Anyway.
Like that also can. Who is he, Manfred? Anyway,
so
deep moment, Andrew.
So when you know, because you start to know what are the things you don't know, and then you go deeper into the rabbit hole and you learn and you get better. And before you know it, you have a skill that you can actually monetize, a skill that you can teach, and skill that can actually make you better. But if you're taking on the sideline, if somebody joins your Mom Boss Academy and says, okay, let's go through the 20, 30 ideas and pick the ideas and sit down and then just ruminate over it without even actually starting or getting the word out and all those things, they will never learn, they will never grow.
I'll take it back to, I'll relate it to my partner's word, Chun Yen, who's like we're in our business coaching together. He has one favorite, statement, which is, wait, I forgot what was the statement that I wanted to bring it up. Wait, it was about.
Let me jump in first.
Jump.
What you think?
You can learn all the swimming strokes, but you refuse to touch the water. You're not truly a swimmer. Seriously, you can learn everything, but seriously, you don't know how to swim. That's totally a different story. You never swim. It's two different things. Practical and theory is two different things.
Absolutely.
Oh, I remember. He was saying,
there you go.
See, what the heck happened to my brain?
Now you know why we have three marketers.
Yeah, man. So he was saying, starting a business is the best personal development journey. Check it out.
That is true.
Starting a business is the best personal development journey because everything that you have to do to build your business will make you a better person. So
that is true.
If you want to be a better version of yourself, but you got to be careful. It might break you in one way or another. But if you want to be a person, you want to actually level up, achieve the better version of yourself, start a business. Right? Join Mom Boss Academy. So that's it.
You want to discover who you are, go and start a business. You automatically know who you are by then.
I guess. Yes.
Yeah, wow. Whether you're a risk taker, whether,
But doesn't matter. You see, sometimes a lot of people, that's another thing that I was thinking the other day. When it comes to starting a business, a lot of people will imagine that I want to build a big business. I want to build a team of many people and all that. But to be very frank, right, why do you start a business? You just want to make enough so that you can live comfortably. If that's not your appetite to go big, I mean, why?
Fine.
I think it's fine. So that's why. So don't be actually framed by all these like so-called the wrong way of thinking about business, right? It's about why do you want to start this thing? Just start there, right? Andrew's 100% right. You got to start. So like Adrian was saying, Chim, right? Rarely see this version of Jason. Never mind. Let me keep. But Manfred more Chim, I tell you. Today, 46 version of Manfred. Anyway, so you're just saying that Manfred has a lot of version. You know, Manfred today, this is episode 46. This is a 46 version of Manfred. Okay, yeah. But,
hey, honestly, I have a passion of singing, but I seriously cannot sing. So luckily, I never opt for singing career.
You want one episode dedicated for that?
And then all guys all run away.
I don't know lah. Either we run away or break, you know.
So there is a passion, there is the market for it, but there's no capability. So better do stick to my passion.
And we try, Manfred. Seriously, that's the 47th
episode.
Okay.
We see so much, so many audience already. I don't be calculate to drive people away.
Yeah. But wait. Let's do a vote of confidence, guys. Who wants Manfred to sing in the show? Can you type 1 and raise your hand over here? Whoever over here in the show. So we just raise your hand. But whoever who are watching this, right? Anyone wants to listen to Manfred singing? So let me zoom into him so that you guys will know who am I talking about. That guy said his passion is singing, and we are seriously encouraging him. Seriously, guys, you guys are 5 seconds.
It's very important for your TikTok venture, you know. You must either learn how to dance or
and
sing.
Yeah.
Yes. Otherwise, TikTok, you
this
can't
is
just
going sideways.
talk like that. Yeah, it's TikTok, TOK, not
Hey, you all
TALK.
still remember William Hung, no? William Hung, no?
Who knows? You become the William Hung next.
Right.
So, I tell you.
Okay.
Adrian say 1. Adrian say 1. Okay, I think whoever who's watching, even you're watching the replay,
just
type away. If you want him to sing, type 1, so that we can, make him feel so damn confident that he wants to bring his guitar and really do something on the show. All right, so wow, that's a good one, Manfred. I didn't know that. That's the version number 48. I think maybe we can keep that for that. Anyway, and we just want to quickly bring to this question, Michelle.
Yeah.
How can anyone start with you if they want to learn from you? What would be the best program?
So the program that I mentioned earlier, where we take you through that 5 steps, that's called Mom Boss Goal. Application is actually closed at the moment.
Okay.
We will be announcing probably another reopening in 2 months time. But what we have at the moment, if you want to just join me in my membership, we have something called Momentum. So how I started Momentum is really from after my program, my students have, graduated, and then how do I continue working with you, Michelle, right? How can I continue to ask questions as it comes up in my business? Then I'm like, okay, let me just think of something. So Momentum is the most affordable membership that you can join at Mom Boss Academy. And that's the link. Thank you so much for putting it on. And what happens in Momentum is that you get access to a vault with all the templates and tools that I use. And we also go on twice a month, live group coaching like this. So you can ask any question. So I do have usually people who they're like, to start Mom Boss Goals, like they are still not sure whether it is for them. They're not sure if my coaching style suits them. So usually they might actually start with Momentum first and see how I could help them with maybe first social media, even before they start with the big idea. And so just head on there, have a look. If you like what you see, I welcome you and hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you. Now, just basically another quick shout out. If you guys are, kind of like Michelle, right? It's like a whole new, the chill mom. All you need to do is just go to Instagram and find the chill mom and follow her. It's a very straightforward,
Yes.
Yeah, just follow
us.
Yeah, just brush it to 100,000. I think she's about, a few thousand short of that. So help her.
A lot.
Okay lah, can one, one day you will reach there. So follow the chill, man. Okay.
Thank you.
So wow, that's a good one. Let's say we have any comments coming in. Oh, we have Beth here. Welcome, Beth. We're already coming to the end of this, but nonetheless, you can watch the replay. It's a very powerful show so far. It's a very powerful one. But we want to go back to Manfred's job. Manfred, you're up. Let's do your work now. Manfred is going to share with us a few websites that I believe is very useful if you are Singaporean or you are Singapore PR, right?
PR, yep.
Okay,
So,
you have a few. Manfred has a few programs that he believe you should join. So
Yeah.
Manfred, you can bring up the screen.
Yeah.
Let me
bring up
bring
the
it in.
first one. So the
Which
first
one?
one is the Rise.bcg
Okay.
from Boston Consulting.
I'm gonna pop in a comment.
Group. Yeah, that's under Rise program. There's a rapid impulsive skill enhancement. They actually had three courses. One is business data and data analytics. One is digital sales and marketing. One is digital transformation and change. Oh, by the way, the three programs that I'm recommending to our Singapore audience is that you take this 6 months program, you get paid 1,500 Sing per month. You get paid while studying. That's something very new. So these are some of the supporting partners. So I have to quickly run through all this. So this one I will stop first. Interested,
Okay.
just follow the website. Then the other one I want to share is...
So that's the wow number one. Today, Manfred
Wow
is on the
number
roll.
one.
He has 3 wows. Wow
Yeah.
stands for website of the week in case this is the first time you're actually, and it's Manfred's job anyway. So yeah.
Okay, that's the other
Okay,
one
this up.
from Skill Ignition, SG Avado in partner with Google. Obviously, this is more on digital marketing. I believe they have 2 courses. So you all can take a look.
You can see most of the things are skewed towards digital marketing, huh?
Yeah, all digital. All digital.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, then I stop this one. I share.
All right.
The last one is actually from IBM.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's IBM. Okay, IBM course.
Just now was Google. As in,
Right.
It was okay.
One
This
is
from
Boston
IBM.
Consulting,
This
the other
one-
one is Google, and this one is IBM.
This is what?
This
IBM?
one for
IAM or IBM?
yeah,
or what?
IBM.
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 Oh, okay.
This one, the artificial intelligence, and I think the other one is cyber security, if not wrong. So you can check it out. And from so far I know there are actually quite a number of programs. There's also some programming ones I'm not so familiar. So there at least I think around 5 or 6 floating around. We've got the opportunity, I will share with you more. So for Singapore audience, you're in a treat. So there's 3 wows. You can check the links that we are providing. Then you can go there and take a look. That's all. Yep.
All right.
Go and
Awesome.
skill up,
Thank you
and
so
then,
much.
Check out Michelle for how to monetize your skill.
Yeah, man. Seriously. So you can actually join Mom Bobs while learning. So you get paid and you start something right away. Awesome, right? So that's the best combination.
Yeah.
Sounds like it, right? Wow, good plan. Immediately go and enroll and start joining Mom Boss and start building your business right away.
Yes.
That's the best thing ever. So
Run
that
parallel.
brings yeah. So that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much. This is the 46th episode. We are on a
Time
roll to
flies
make
when
this,
you're having fun.
seriously. And yeah, if this is the first time you join us, we welcome you and we hope to see you next week. We do this every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. And this is Jason. We have Andrew. We have Manfred. Today we have Michelle. Thank you so much for joining us today. And guys, this is it. We hope to see you in the next one. We do this every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. If you have anyone that you believe should be in the show, let us know. And we look forward to see you in the future shows. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good night. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Cheers.